Hey everybody, in this video, we're going to share the first part of our Iguazu Falls experience.
And the Brazilian side was very cool.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
And I'm Deb.
And welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to focus on the first part of our trip to Iguazu Falls, which is the Brazilian side of the falls.
So when we got to the Brazilian side of the falls, we decided it had already kind of been a busy morning for us, and we decided to pay the extra $7 for VIP passes.
Yeah.
So the tickets are going to cost you about $25 to get in, and then you're going to pay, if you opt to, an extra $7 for the falls.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going during a non-busy time, I probably would not recommend doing this. We had talked to several people that went when it was packed, it was summertime. You're given an entrance number of when you can go in and catch the bus. For us, it actually happened. We paid for the VIP tickets, and then we went up to go get in line for the bus, and there really wasn't.
There wasn't a line, but you do get to board first, so you get like the best seats on the bus, just so you know. But also the VIP thing, we didn't really use it because we don't buy things, but it gets you like 20% off at food and 20% off at like souvenir shops and things like that. So there are other VIP things. We didn't use it very much. So,
So the bus is going to make a couple stops along the way, and this bus is included with your ticket. And you are going to want to get off across from the Pink Hotel.
You can't miss it. It's a giant pink hotel.
It's very large. And it is the Belmond Hotel. So when you get off at the Belmond Hotel, you're going to go off to the right, and this will give you the full length of the boardwalk. And the boardwalk, it just travels all along the different falls, and it is about a mile long. But it was very beautiful.
So when you get off, it was a little confusing at first because we were like, do we go over there or do we go over here? There's a downhill slope. That's the way to know. Just so you know, you are going to be walking downhill for a little bit, which means you're going to be walking back uphill at one point. So walking along the bottom of the falls is absolutely amazing. And if you're not familiar with Iguazu Falls, this is, it's an amazing set of waterfalls.
And we are going to show you a lot of those waterfalls, and I will give you some statistics just along the way. So the Iguazu Falls is on the border between Argentina and Brazil. It is the largest waterfall system in the world. It is a collection of 275 waterfalls. So obviously we didn't see all of them that day, but we did see several of them that day.
It's amazing because they go all from like small little waterfalls that are really tall to shorter like series of waterfalls, and then there's some monsters.
Yes. Most of the falls are on the Argentina side. There are some on the Brazilian side, but we actually didn't see those. What we were looking at from Brazil was the waterfalls coming down on the Argentina side. Iguazu, because these are the Iguazu Falls, is a Guarani name. And Guarani are basically they're the local... what would you call them? Tribe?
The natives, the indigenous natives to this region, and Guarani is the mother tongue of this region.
So Iguazu in Guarani means big water, and it is named Big Water. And it is a lot of water.
It is an amazing amount of water. And when the video that you're seeing right now, it was a little on the low side, they told us. So, I cannot imagine what this is like when it's, rainy season and they are on the high levels. It would be thunderous.
So the national park that the Iguazu Falls are in on both the Argentina and the Brazil side are UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The tallest of the waterfalls is the Devil's Throat, and it is 269 feet tall, so taller than Niagara Falls, I believe.
And it is amazing. And the cool thing is if you do the falls from both the Brazilian side and the Argentinian side, on the Brazilian side, you get to see basically the Devil's Throat from the bottom. And then when you go to the Argentinian side, you can see it from the top.
So when we got to Devil's Falls, there's a walkway system that goes out around the base of Devil's Falls.
Devil's Throat.
Devil's Throat.
Devil's Throat, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And you will get wet.
You will get wet. So just keep that in mind. There were some people who brought ponchos, and if you have like a really nice expensive camera, make sure you've got a cover for it, because you are, I mean, the water coming down, it's not just like mist. Like you're going to get pretty wet.
And we could see, while we were on the Brazilian side, we could look up to the top of the falls and we could see people walking on the top of the Argentina
on the Argentinian
side.
walkway up there, right? So they are literally across the river from each other, and so it's just a completely different perspective.
And there, along this 1 mile journey, there are so many places to just pull off and take pictures.
Absolutely.
And the 1 mile probably actually takes a long time because you do stop and take a lot of pictures. It's very pretty.
I felt like everybody was really good about taking turns, about getting, really nice, pretty shots. People were asking if they'd like, would you like to take me to take a picture of you? So, I mean, like I said, it wasn't that busy. I don't feel like it was never a point at which we couldn't get up to the rail to see all the pretty stuff. It was pretty nice.
It was a very nice walk.
So once you do get to the Devil's Throat and you've kind of gone out and gotten wet and you're soaked, right there's like there's restrooms, there's a little snack shop, and then you can go up to the observation tower, which I think is like 2 stories or 3 stories, and you can kind of look out over the Devil's Throat. There's also an elevator there. So if you don't want to hike back up, because remember you walked down to start, if you don't want to hike back up and take the stairs, there is an elevator. But when we were there, it was a wait, and it wasn't packed. So if you're there at a busy time, either be prepared to wait for the elevator or be prepared to hike.
And speaking of snacks, there are different spots along the way that you can buy snacks, so little shops, and
lots of popcorn shops.
Yes, so popcorn was very popular.
Yep.
Unfortunately, there's also fortunately, there's also cute little Coatis along the way too, but you should not feed the Coatis. And they do like popcorn, so
they let you know that they love the popcorn. Yeah.
So we did see some kids feeding the Coatis, but they're to look at and not to feed.
Yeah, don't feed them. Yeah.
So when you get to the end, once you get to the Devil's Throat, if we didn't do the observation deck, we just chose to walk up to the end. But there's different food vendors up there. And there's actually a restaurant that was a buffet restaurant.
Yeah, a nice kind of fancier restaurant.
We chose not to do that. But we did get some food from one of the vendors. We got some beef and French fries.
Some
and the beef,
barbacoa, like it's a traditional Brazilian, even that whole region. So whether it's Argentinian, Brazilian, or Paraguayan, it's beef, like beef with some sort of potato, and in our case, French fries.
French fries. And I'm not a really big French fry person, but I was just hungry.
French fries.
Those French fries were very, very good.
I think it's because they had salt on them.
Yeah. And we've been missing salt on our fries down here in South America.
Yeah, and so these actually were salty French fries, and she's like, yes, these are very good. But I thought it was good. I mean, we got the kind of, you'll see it, like this big traditional stand of beef and French fries, and it was good. And you got a coconut?
I got a coconut drink.
Yep. The coconut water.
Yep, where they tap right into the coconut and stick a straw in there.
Yep, and it was good. I mean, so there's places where we, by the buffet, there's places. When you take the bus back, there's places to eat there as well. So throughout the park, there's different places to get snacks and food.
So on the way back, like I said, we had paid for the extra $7 for the VIP tickets. This is where it came in handy actually, and we still had to make our way that night all the way back to Argentina, and we had started that day in Paraguay, so it was a long day.
Yep.
And so we went right over to the VIP area, and there was a line for the buses at that time, and we got on.
We got to skip ahead. They give you a little wristband that says, oh, you're a VIP person. But that, I thought, being able to sit at the front of the bus and get video going into the park, and then we were tired and ready to just get to Argentina. It was nice to be able to go to the front of the line on the bus there. So it was good.
So that was our Brazilian experience.
Yeah,
Iguazu Falls.
If you can go to the Brazilian side and see them again, it's cool to have seen both perspectives. We'll do Argentina in our next video, but it is really cool. So we hope you enjoyed seeing some of it. If you have questions about Iguazu Falls, or if you had experiences that were great, please make sure to share them in the comment and be sure to like and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us.
Yep, and we'll see you in the next video.